Well, our boys and girls just keep growing. We're up to 2 rows today. That is wonderful. And they all look so nice. And everybody's got that suntan from being outside. Boys and girls, I've been thinking this week, and every week I start praying about what God wants me to tell you up here in our object lesson. And I have just been thinking about prayer, because the most important thing that we need in our lives every day, even as young as you are, is prayer. And so I've done this. I did this many, many years ago in an object lesson, but I thought it bared repeating, because we look at the news today and there's so much call for prayer in our world, in our country, and right here in our United States, and right here in our town. There's just so many need for prayer, so much need for prayer. So boys and girls, I want you to put your hands together like you would pray, okay? Got them together, okay? And it's just an easy way, because sometimes you're so little, you don't know what to pray for, and you don't know how to pray. And I know your parents are very good about helping you, but this is a good way for us to learn how to do our prayers. And adults, it's okay if you do this as well, so that you'll know how to pray too if you need some help on what to pray for. But the first is our thumbs. Can you wiggle your thumbs? If you'll notice, your thumb is the closest to your heart. Do you see that? How your thumbs are the closest to your heart? Okay, so that's to remind you to pray for those people who are very special to you. Now, that would be your mom and your dad and your granddaddy and your grandmama. That would be your brothers and your sisters. That would be your good friends. So that's who we want to pray for. And our thumb helps us to remember those people that are closest to our heart. The next finger is the index finger, okay? That's the pointer finger, okay? And what it reminds us to point, it's those people who point us in the right direction. Like we need to be praying for David Little, who leads us every Sunday so graciously and teaches us what to do and teaches us about God. It's our Sunday school teachers. If you're in school, it's to pray for your teachers. If you go to swimming lessons, it's to pray for your swimming instructor. It's for those people who teach you, okay? So that's the index finger, is the people that point you to learning new things and point you in the right direction. The third finger, if you'll hold your hands up, do you see that third finger is for most people the longest, okay? That's the tallest, and that stands for our leaders. That's for our police officers who so desperately today need our prayers. That's for our politicians, our president and our congressmen, and those people, our mayors and our sheriffs. And never in my life have we needed to pray for our politicians more than we do today, boys and girls. We need to be praying for our leaders, okay? And our police officers and those people who lead our country. The fourth finger is, if you notice that fourth finger, I took piano lessons years ago. I was probably not much older than you are, and Miss Lori, there's absolutely no way I could do that. I didn't learn a whole lot, but one thing I remember from taking piano lessons is that the fourth finger is the weakest finger. And if you're trying to play the piano, it's kind of hard to use that fourth finger. And that's a reminder for us to pray for those who are weak, like those people who are sick. You know, we put up our prayer list on our boards, and it's to pray for those who are sick. It's to pray for those who have lost loved ones. Pray for those who need us more. Have you ever had somebody that you know that's sick that needed our prayers? That's to remind us to pray for those weak people. And the final thing is the little finger, your pinky finger. And it's the smallest of all. And boys and girls, that's a reminder for you to pray for yourself. And we should think of ourselves. We should pray for others first and ourselves last, but we do need to pray that God will direct us and direct our lives in the ways that we need to go. So we need to pray for ourselves as well. And boys and girls, if you don't remember that, I've made you a little copy so that you can take it with you to remember and to give you a good way to pray. So boys and girls, one of the biggest things we can do in our world today is to pray, okay? Let's walk quietly to Children's Church.